Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I have the SJRC F11 4K Pro with me here today, and I just completed, and you may have already seen the video I did on my first flight with this guy. Very successful, very impressed with it. I haven't seen any of the video off the SD card yet, but if it looks like what I saw on FPV, I think it's going to be great. In this video, I want to go over some of the intelligent flight modes that this guy is capable of. It is capable of waypoint flight, so we'll try that out first. They call it point of interest, but really it's kind of a circle mode. You're just setting the center and moving it out. And it's interesting, it's a little different than I've seen on other drones on how you set it up. So we're going to try that out, see if we can get it to do a good orbit. And then it also will do follow me in both GPS mode and image mode. And by image mode, you should be able to highlight the subject and it will follow that subject. So if it is able to do that in this category of a drone, under $200 GPS camera drone, that'll be really great. So we're going to try those out and maybe try some some other flying around if we got time. So yeah, I just think we should just quit messing around and let's get this guy in the air. Okay, I've got the drone fired up and the controller fired up. It's connected. I've got the app fired up. Let's hit controls, and it should have automatically connected via Wi-Fi. Let's see, it's saying ready to fly, and there's our picture. Now, I am pleased that it's saying ready to fly, because what it said in the instruction book, the manual on this guy, is that you didn't need to okay, I had a little bit of a pause there. I actually stopped the recording for a second because I was looking on the app and it was telling me that the battery was depleted on the drone, and I knew I just put another battery in it, and I thought, well, heck, did I put the wrong battery in there? But no, so now it's back. It just took it a second to read that. So yeah, we're good to go. I see no reason why we can't take off. Let me move over so you can see the takeoff. And again, I am going to start recording first, and I'm going to do that on the controller. Quick press on the top right hand side of the recorder, of the controller, and you can see by the numbers counting down that we are recording. And it does give you a little beep there too. So we got to arm the motors on the drone. We're going to go down and in with the sticks. They're armed, and then I'm going to hit do an auto takeoff on the app. And there, we got a successful takeoff. So let's get the drone out in the field. I'm going to spin it around here. Let's quit messing around and see if we can maximize what we get on this battery. Let me move it over here just a little bit in front of me, and I'm going to drop the gimbal a little. And like I said, the gimbal control on this thing can be just a little bit finicky, but let's go reverse. Well, let's jack it back and forth so you can see that gimbal. I always like to show that, how those gimbals work, but we're going to do our manual droney. So reverse and up now, reverse and up. And I got to tell you, it looks really good on FPV here while I'm watching that battery drop fairly quickly. So let's stop the drone right there. We're about just short of 20 meters high, and we are still recording. Let's go into... Well, folks, I was going to do a waypoint mission here, but I am not seeing that on our app. That is interesting. So you read the instructions, and there should be a, well, I wonder if we just click on the map. That's probably it. Yeah, there we go. That's surely, okay, there we are. So I saw something, I misread what I saw in the instructions, but here you can see the map here, and let's see if we can kind of get a hybrid map here. Let's go to hybrid. And yeah, it might take it a while to load that, so maybe that's not the best idea. Let's just go back to the regular map. And you can see where I'm standing there. I don't know, let me move the drone back and see if it moves that red dot. Well, I don't know. So the red dot evidently is me, so it's not exactly showing where the drone is. But let's go ahead and hit some waypoints here. So I'm going to click on the little, looks like a cross there in the top right. And let's click on some waypoints. Well, that didn't work. Well, that straightened our map out. Maybe it's that one I need to click. Nope, app just crashed. Well, that didn't work. Well, we're back in there again. So I don't know why the app crashed, but let's go back in there. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of at a loss here. I'm not seeing the icons that I saw in the instruction manual. Oh, there we go. So I needed to click on that little, looks like a joystick down there, and then that gives me that menu. So I apologize for that. That was 100% operator error. Let's hit route rules here, and there we should be able to, yeah, there we go. So I should be able to, yeah, set up some waypoints, and let's end it right in the middle there. And to send, well, maybe I just click go here. So let's click go. Yeah, and that'll confirm the waypoint. And it's going to its first waypoint here. Let's go back to the map. And I am not 100% sure that we are recording here, so we might just get a screen recording. I'm not seeing the countdown, so I'm going to see if I can start that on the app. So I just started recording. I don't know when that recorder stopped because we had started the thing, but the drone, you can see it. It's hitting it perfectly there. And I was hoping on the map here it would show us the icon of the drone and its progress through, but it's not. It's going to number 3 now, I can tell you that. So, like I said in the previous video, this app is fairly rudimentary. And I apologize, I wasn't clear that you had to click on that little joystick-looking icon to get to the menu. It showed it in some of the instructions and it didn't in others. In the waypoint, it didn't show that. So that's what had me confused there for a second, but it's going to waypoint 4 and it's doing it perfectly, and it's doing it at a pretty good speed, 5 meters per second. So this is pretty cool. And now it's at the 4th waypoint and it's heading to 5, and it doesn't mess around, man. It just turns around and goes. That's pretty darn fun. And it should almost be to its last waypoint, and it should stop and hover, and that is exactly what it's doing. And it completed that waypoint mission. So flight complete, it says. So that's good. I mean, let's bring it back to us here. So according to the instructions, there is a kind of an interesting way to get this thing to do an orbit. So I'm going to walk out into the field here, and we'll see if we can get that done. That was the zoom I was doing there. I turned the wrong scroll wheel by accident. So what I'm trying to do here is walk directly under the drone. So we're kind of essentially centered, pretty close. So I'm going to pick that camera back up. Well, I keep hitting that zoom button. Let's pick that camera back up. And I always hit that scroll wheel wrong as well. So what we're going to do is, in order to put it into point of interest mode, as they call it, so what we're going to do in order to put it into point of interest mode is we are going to click on both the camera and recording button at the same time. and lock the center point. It says that's great. Okay, so now I'm going to back it off. And I don't know, I went quite a ways there. And then we do it again. Hit both the record and yeah, so it started surround. Perfect. It's doing it perfectly. So it's starting its orbit right now. And as you can see, it's got me there in the center of the orbit. I'm telling you guys, I really like it when a drone does what it says it's going to do. And we're depleting battery here fairly quickly. And you know, the drone, I wonder, I'm gonna try something here, guys. I'm gonna see if I can speed it up. No, that just changed. Yeah, so I hit the stick and it just took it out. It just exited, which is fine. And it said that on the screen there. I saw at the last minute. Okay, let's see if we can get it to do some follow me here. I'm gonna manually bring it around to us here. And I don't know how high or how far away I have to be for it to do it. But let's go back into that menu here, and we are going to hit GPS follow on that app. Distance, what did it say there? I'm sorry, it probably does. I don't think it has me. Yeah, no, I don't think it does. So let's do that again. Maybe I'm too far away. I didn't get to read that message, so I'm going to bring it in a little closer. So we're going to hit GPS follow, shall not exceed 50 meters. Well, I'm not 50 meters away. Yeah, it's following me. No, it's not following me. So I don't know what I did wrong there, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's try that one more time here. We're going to go into GPS follow. GPS track shall not exceed 50 meters. Yeah, it didn't get me there for some reason. Could be something I'm doing wrong. Let's try image follow. 3 to 10 meters, so we're within that. It's got me, that image follow. Look at that. Yeah, it's got me. Well, the image follow is working fine, and let me tell you, what's cool about image follow, I'm telling you, in this category of a drone, let's see if we can push the drone backwards. No, you can't. So you can't push the drone back. I'm gonna back away, and is the drone gonna move forward? So no, essentially this image follow is a cameraman mode. So the drone is just gonna stay in one place. Okay. But that works, and look at how accurate it is. I mean, that's awesome. It's turning and following me perfectly. That's really cool. Okay, let's get out of that. And let's go into GPS follow again. Well, I must need to, yeah, I exited that there. Yeah, I had to tap on it again to exit it. So let's go into GPS follow again and see what we can do there. Shall not exceed 50 meters. So I don't know what that means. Yeah. Gosh, guys, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. So I'm going to back off here a little bit more, and we're not exceeding 50 meters. So let's try that again. GPS follow. Okay, when all else fails, guys, I'm getting out the manual. I thought I read that and I thought I had it right, but maybe not. GPS follow. Make sure you're within 10 to 100 meters, which I am. Click that on the app. Waiting for the app aircraft status to display follow me ready. Now the aircraft is moving along with positioning coordinate on the app, so that would be your, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're doing it right. So I don't know, that's the first thing that I found on this drone, that it doesn't seem to do like it. Yeah, I just don't know what's causing our problem with that, guys, but I don't seem to be able to get the GPS follow me to work like I would want it to. So in any case, let's go ahead and send the drone back up here. Sorry about that on my screen there. And let's just take this guy for a little flight and see if we can get some good video. We're going to go straight up. And we're going to head to the corner of the park here. And there we are. Just trying to give you a good look at the video here. Let's grab some altitude. Let's get some good altitude. And I just realized I need to make sure I got my controller pointed at the drone, which these antennae on this thing I don't believe are functional, but let's go ahead and grab some altitude. And I had some problems earlier when I was out here, but I was probably at a lower altitude, so we might have more success at a higher altitude. So I'm moving forward here, a little over 100 meters. We're not going to go outside of the park boundaries here, but we can get right out to the corner, moving the drone sideways. So that is the new Costco building. Let's take a photograph and let's see how good the photographs look. So I'm going to stop recording, pressing that button on the top right of the controller, and you can see the numbers quit there, so it stopped recording. Now then the top left, I just hit that button once and we got a picture. And let's come around the other way. So another thing that we can look at with this guy, and by the way, we have good FPV. I had lost FPV on an earlier flight with this guy, facing that direction. So now I'm kind of faced more into the sun, and we got a good solid connection here. So I'm very pleased with that. And I wanted to just show you, I'm going to start recording again. And I wanted to show you what this guy looks like as it faces more directly into the sun. So we'll move forward. And this thing is going to go into return to home here pretty quick. So I'm going to stop recording again. And I'm going to take another picture. And we'll see how that goes. And let's throw this baby into sport mode, and we'll see if we can get it to go into, whoops, that was really, so you know, you get a little bit of lag in FPV, and you can really overshoot your yaw. So I'm full stick forward now. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so it went into return to home, distance limited. So that's what it does. So when it reaches a certain battery, it will just bring you, I'm going to see what it says here. I'm going to say that it's going to get us probably within, I'm going to start recording again. It's going to get us within, well, it says 24.5, so it must come within 25 meters. And it's just hovering up there. So let's go ahead and hit return to home. I Oh, it's in return to home right now. That's highlighted on the app. No, it's just hovering up there. It's reducing in altitude, so let's just see what it does here. Yeah, it's stopping at about 30 meters and it's about 24 meters distant. So I'm going to touch return to home on the app. I haven't tried that yet. Yeah, then there's a slider. So previously I'd just done return to home on the controller. So it's coming down. Cool. We'll see how close it gets to the pad this time. Let me see if I can drop the gimbal down here so you get a kind of a look at it. It won't look straight down. I'll pick that gimbal back up. No point in getting too carried away there. And it's going to be off of the pad, but not too far. Hopefully you're going to see that on the camera here. Yeah, so you just barely got that on the GoPro. I'm gonna tilt the GoPro down so you can see that exactly where it landed there. And that is, in my mind, that's perfectly acceptable. It's for a drone that does not have precision landing. Clearly it's got very accurate GPS. I think every landing I've done, it's been within a foot or two of the pad. That is just outstanding. And also understanding that it doesn't have any downward facing sensors, that's really very good. So let me get everything shut down here, and you can see me messing with the app here. I'm trying to put it back into radar mode here. There we go. As you can see, I guess I should point that out while the thing's on too. I pointed it out in my other video, but they got a really good directional radar on here. So you can see the direction that the drone is pointed by that little arrow. It's pointed away from me. The head of the drone is exactly away from where I'm standing. And you can see my control is pointed directly away from the drone too. Now when I turn around here, you will see that control point directly back at the drone. So, well, I'll stand directly in front of it here. And yeah, there you go. So it works, that works quite well. Okay, let me shut it all down and we'll do our conclusion. Oh, I want to remind you, I'm glad I saw the stop recording before you shut down the drone, or you could end up with a corrupted video file. So stop that right now. And yeah, let me shut it all down now and we'll do our conclusion. Hey, okay, the SJRC F11 4K Pro. You got to get these names right. Very impressive little drone. One of the litmus tests that I put on drones, no matter what their price is, do they do what they say it's going to do? The only quibble that I've had so far with this guy, and you saw it, is I couldn't get it into GPS follow me mode. I don't know why that is. I stopped and looked at the instructions again, the manual. I could have been doing something wrong. I don't think I was. I'm not sure why I couldn't get it into that mode. You know, it could possibly even have something to do with my iPhone or something like, you just don't know. But that is a small thing in my opinion, because it did everything else just exactly like they said. We did the waypoints with it, and it executed the waypoint mission perfectly. We did the orbit with it, or they call it point of interest. It really is an orbit, which you just fly it over the top and then back it off. And it's interesting how that you have to do that by pushing both the camera buttons on the drone to get it to record the center point, and then you back it off, and then as soon as you do that again, it starts its orbit. But it did it perfectly. It did a perfect orbit, so no complaints there. I haven't looked at the video off the SD card yet. You guys will have already seen that, but I'm pretty confident it's going to look really good because what I saw on FPV looked real good. And one of the things that I always say about the reason that you buy a GPS camera drone is because you want good, solid, stabilized, jello-free video. In this case, this is a 4K drone, so it ought to look pretty darn good, but I wouldn't even care if it was 1080p, as long as it was good, stabilized, solid, clear, reasonable video, and I believe this is probably even better than that. And again, I've had people telling me a long time I needed to try this drone out, and I'm really glad that I did. In this price category, I'm going to throw one caveat on, you know, because I haven't seen the video yet, I can't say for certain, but I'm going to tell you that based on what I know right now, this is the drone in the under $200 category that you're going to want to buy. It does everything it says, and if you're just getting started out with GPS camera drones, God, what a great place to start. You know, you're not going to have to spend a small fortune. You can try it out, see if you like it. You know, it's not going to have a ton of range, but it's going to fly well. It's going to fly like a real drone, like a real GPS drone, and it's going to operate well, and you're going to get some good video and some good pictures with it. And you know, then if you want to graduate up to a Mavic or a Xeno 2 or something like that, you absolutely can. But I'm telling you, for under 200 bucks, this guy is pretty tough to beat. So I guess I won't beat that horse anymore. That's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I honestly really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. The SJRC F11 4K Pro. We'll see you guys later. Bye now.